Hey guys, Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with another live What's in the Press. Little glitch there. I was trying to do something fancy at the beginning. It didn't really work out, unfortunately. But essentially, I'm going to be giving out this copy of Eternals #1 this Friday. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can jump in the fun and possibly win this copy. Anyways, guys, I got a lot of books to press this week. In fact, I've been overrun. I tried to get What's in the Press done yesterday and on Monday. I just couldn't get around to it. So anyways, without further ado, here are a selection of the books I'll be working on this week. And the first order comes to us from Adam out of Ajax, Ontario. And Adam submits, yes, you saw it in the thumbnail, Tales of Suspense #39. It's a lower grade copy. And to be honest, I am not sure if a press is really going to improve this book's chances of getting probably, in my opinion, probably like a 1.8. I don't think it's going to get to a 2. And the reason being is there is a split from here to right about there. But the book, it has some water damage. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, you can kind of see it right over the iron, right over here. And also up right about there by the 39, you can see some rippling. I left it up to Adam. I said, listen, you can leave it as is and send it in as is, and you might get your 1.8. I don't think you're going to get a 2 on this. But my opinion on a book like this is to make it look as good as possible before it even goes to CGC. So I know I can remove a lot of the rippling. I can make this book look a heck of a lot nicer in the slab. So I said it may not necessarily improve the grade, but it will present a lot nicer. So Adam elected to go for it. We're going to give this baby a press, and I may throw up some before and afters on the Instagram. So keep your eye on my Instagram channel for that. Okay. Next, Adam sends us a nice copy of Fantastic 448. Yes, Adam's got some really nice books this week going to CGC. Submariner #1. Also a copy of Iron Man and Submariner. Now, Adam takes care of his own CGC, so I'm going to have these done for him this week, and he can pick them up at the shop, and he can send them off on his own. That is, I guess, one of the lucky things about being local to the Comic Doctor. You can come by the shop and have a chat with me and pick up your books in person. Tales 58. Amazing Spider-Man 31. Not a bad looking copy. And finally, another big hitter, heavy hitter, a Daredevil #1 as well. So thank you for your submission, Adam. These babies will be done hopefully by Saturday. I'm thinking by Saturday. If not by Saturday, then early next week. And again, because Adam is local, he could always, we can make arrangements to come to the shop and pick them up outside of Saturday. That doesn't always work out, but for the most part, as you all know, I'm on sabbatical right now, so I can do things like that. Later on in February, probably not. Anyways, next we have a relatively big order from Joe, and Joe comes to us from Woodbridge, Ontario. It's a larger order. We're going to finish up after Joe with a submission from Sean also from Ajax, actually from Adam's hometown there. But let's look at Joe's books first. Yeah, Joe gives us, let me just move this over here. Sorry about that. Joe sends us a copy of, you ready? This book. We don't see this book very often. Amazing Spider-Man 361, first appearance of Carnage. Yes, I'm being silly, guys. Flash #175, classic race cover with Superman, with Kal-El. Oh, I love this cover. Neil, I almost said Neil Diamond, and then my mind went to Neil Young. But I meant Neil Adams, obviously. Green Lantern 76, classic cover. Love this DC book. Let me go over to the chat and see if anybody's there. I hate to leave people if they got questions as we go along. Let's see. Is that it right there? Yes, it is. Oh, we got a lot of people here. Holy jumping. Holy cow. Hey, guys, how's it going? Michael, how you doing? If we guess everything that's in the press, do we win all the comics? So wouldn't that be that'd be a great twist, wouldn't it? The Real Hyperion, how's it going? I'm going to guess these books will be in the video. ASM 300, Giant Size X-Men 1, Fantastic 467, Marvel Premiere 1. Oh, you guessed it. Well, so far none. Well, we'll see if anything comes up. Marty, how you doing? Anxiously waiting another unboxing. And I have another unboxing. They screwed up. CGC screwed up. I was, singing their praises about having their shipping down to a T, and they messed up and sent me a box of 15. I'm pretty ticked off about that. There's a reason. I know why they did it. I'll talk about that when I do my unboxing. The box is here. I'll probably do the unboxing either tomorrow or Friday. It's only 15 books, though. Rob Delaney, how you doing? Hey, I finally made a live show. Yes, Rob, hey, good to have you. Do we win it by saying Kevin is the best? Well, Michael, that always helps. But unfortunately, no. I'll tell you about that Eternals giveaway at the end. Gray Iron Man, that can't be worth as much as a goal. That's what I always thought. Stav, how's it going, buddy? Good. Well, I'll tell you how you have a potential chance of winning it. Jeff Baxter, not to be mean, it's a 1-5. You know what, Jeff? You're referring to the Tales of Suspense 39? Yeah, it could be a 1-5. I think it's a 1-8 though. And the reason I think it's a 1-8 is because the whole book is there, except for that little tear. And I find that when the majority of the book is intact, generally speaking, ignore that phone. Generally speaking, it ends up being a 1-8, but it could be a 1-5, and that's why I want to improve it. I think by going through the press route and making it look as perfect as possible, will hopefully, lean that grader to giving it a 1-8 over a 1-5, because that is always a chance, right? Stav, like my ASM 5.0. Yes. The Real Hyperion. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? Nice books. Okay, we'll keep going here. Oh, you're not late, Jeff. Henry, we just started up. Here we go. Let's get going here. A 90s key. That's right. A Black Cat trailer drop. No, there was no Black Cat trailer. I didn't hear no. I heard Black Cat was referenced. Black Cat was referenced in the Morbius trailer. The Black Cat, if you watch the Morbius trailer, if you guys are in the movies like I am, and I listen to a couple of movie sites, but apparently if you watch the Morbius trailer, when Morbius is looking at the Daily Bugle newspaper, there's an article with the Rhino and the Black Cat, so they are mentioned. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Hey, Gilbert, how's it going? And Gilbert, I wonder, is your better half there? Say hi to her. It's Celeste, I believe, right? Hello. How are you? Thanks for watching, both of you. The whole family. Appreciate it. The Real Hyperion. Let's get this man to 1,000. I keep saying that. Hopefully this Friday it'll happen, and I'll explain why. Jeff, good explanation. Thanks. You're welcome. Batfiend wants to know when his books are in queue. Hey, Brian, how's it going? They're getting there. I looked at them just earlier, actually. I have to look closely and find out if I'm on June books right now, hopefully sooner rather than later. And Venom, yeah, and they mentioned Venom and Morbius as well, too. Let me keep going with these books. Holy jumping. We have an X-Men number 9. Also given to us by Joe Russo. The Origin of Captain America in Cap 109. Another awesome Cap book in Cap 100. Now, these books are June books. So Joe submitted these books back in June. Amazing Spider-Man 84. Nice copy. I cannot believe how much these ASM run books are going for now. I'm flabbergasted. I sometimes guys give me books with price tags on them still, and I'm like, what? Like $300, $400, $500. I'm like, wow. Anyways, another Submariner, Iron Man number 1. Now we're seeing this pop up quite a bit more often. Again, guys, we're talking about a Submariner potentially jumping into the MCU. Probably going to happen. And imagine when him and Iron Man cross paths. But Iron Man's gone. Is he? Is he gone? Is he really gone? We'll see. Another copy of ASM 238. Now, I don't know if this has the tats, and I don't think it does. If you take a look, usually a pretty good clue that the tats are missing on this book is the staple is usually ripped. Because kids would rip the tattoo thing out, and in doing so, they oftentimes rip the edge of that book. So if you're looking for one of these books, a good indication that the tat is gone is a tear in that vicinity right there, okay? ASM 66, another awesome Romita cover. June books, Wayne, I know. Avengers 57. X-Men 35. And again, these are some big orders, like books of 19 to 25 to 35. And I'm still working on Eddie's big books from April. Remember the Canadian variants and Angelo, actually. They're almost done. Silver Surfer number 1. It's a nice copy. Nice Silver Surfer number 3 with a Mephisto cover. First Mephisto. That's a pretty hot book. Another Silver Surfer number 4 classic cover with Thor. Silver Surfer 14, where Silver Surfer meets Spider-Man. Fantastic Four 28. The X-Men and the FF together. Fantastic Four 49. No 67 yet. You never know. Let's see what happens. Mike. Fantastic Four 55. And finally, another FF book, and a not bad copy, FF number 72. All right, well, thank you so much for your submission, Joe. Thank you for your patience. As always, these guys will get done this week. They'll be off to CGC next week. And the books that I was working on last week, half of them have gone to CGC. The others will go out probably on Monday, realistically, Monday. Okay, so finally today, we're going to have a look, like I said, at Sean's books. And Sean, again, comes with us from Ajax. And this is a smaller order. Like I said, what I'm trying to do is, throw in some smaller orders in with the batch, so these smaller orders aren't waiting forever and ever and ever. You guys with the big orders, just doing you in queue. I'm gonna shove a few of these smaller ones in, though, as we go along. And we start off with a copy of FF, 45, with the first appearance of the Inhumans. We see this one quite often here at the shop. As well as a Hulk 180. Pretty nice copy, actually. Not too shabby. Then we look at an ASM 101, just in time for that Morbius trailer that dropped yesterday. First appearance of Morbius, another decent copy. Nice Steranko cover of Hulk, King Size Special number 1. Great classic cover. And then finally, Avengers number 8, with, of course, the proposed big baddie of the MCU moving forward, and that's Kang the Conqueror and Avengers number 8. Thank you for your submission, Sean. And again, Sean is June, gave me a June submission. And again, I'll probably get through all the June submissions in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then, like I said, July should be pretty light, and we're going to jump into August and hopefully move things along. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, Stavros, I keep saying I need to send books in. How are the delays? All? I mean, like I say, guys, you don't have to necessarily send the books right away, but if you want to put a submission in, what I recommend you do, and this always seems to help move things along, is put your submission form in. You don't have to send the books in immediately, but it puts you in queue, right? So, I mean, I have had guys do that. So people will put their submission form in, say, today, and they'll just hang on to it for a month and a half. They'll contact me. I'll say, send the books now. And then the date that you have your submission form is a date I go by. The longer you wait to put the submission form in, then that's kind of your spot in queue. Remember, I go by the date in which they're received. I'm not putting people ahead of anybody else. I'm just doing it in order. And like I said, I'm doing around 80 to 100 books a week, depending on the week. So that's a lot of books. And like I say, I usually have close to 1,000 books. I have close to 1,000 books in queue almost always. And I'm getting packages in the mail, not every single day, but pretty darn close. Okay. So again, if you're interested in having your books submitted to me, that's fine. I'd love to help you out. But the first order of business is to get to my website and fill out a submission form to hold you a spot. Again, you don't have to send the books right away. And if you decide you want to make amendments to the submission form, you scratch out, if you put in, say, Amazing Spider-Man 361, and you decide, I'm going to send in, Amazing Spider-Man 101, and instead you can scratch out the other one and put the other one in. I have no problem with that. Okay, those submission forms are a placeholder for you, and also a way for me to keep track of the books that you send me. And then when all the work is done, I create a master invoice that you'll receive, okay, when the books are all, when they're on their way to CGC. June books, yes, damn kids, LOL. Any CGC updates? I haven't checked today, to be honest. I was going to check because I had a couple of guys asking about their books. I was going to check prior to, I could check in a second to see if anything's shipping, but it's kind of hard to do with being on my platform here, but I can check afterwards. Avengers 57 is one of my favorite covers. It's a classic cover. Going to send you all my ASM under 10. That's probably not a bad idea. And because they are big book staff, you kind of get bumped to the front of the line, right? That's the only way I really bump people to the front of the line is if you have big books. Like Adam's books here, I bumped him to the front of the line. I don't want to have a Tales of Suspense 39 or an FF40. Well, FF48 is not super huge, but I mean, Tales of Suspense 39 and Daredevil #1, those are pretty big books. I want them gone and graded and returned as soon as possible. So big books go to the front of the line. All right. So, and I would imagine that the Spider-Man issues under number 10 are pretty big books. So, Stav, we'll send you my 101 to be reworked. Some guy worked on it at my... Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. If it's the same guy, for sure, please do. Gotta go. Good luck with the pressing, Kevin. Gilbert, I'm telling you right now, brother, you're next week. I was going to do you this week. I had to bump you one more week, but you are next week. Gilbert is next. He's got a rather large order, and I want to fit him in. So Gilbert, you're next week, brother. I'm telling you right now. Any updates on selling some of the books you bought from your collection? Well, I sent 7 of them to CGC this week. I've got a stack of books over here. Gosh, I want to show you some of those books, but that's not this video. I have another box of goodies I want to share with you, and I haven't had a chance to do any of that stuff. I told you, I'm so swamped. These books are probably going to sit in my storage for a little while. I really want to take them to the shop and have guys come and just go through them and, give some books away at good prices and just unload a lot of it, and hopefully that'll happen in the next little while. Yes, Davros, I bought a collection about 2 weeks ago. There's some videos on there, and I'm going to do another video. Maybe I'll do one this weekend, kind of showing some of the other books that I got. Remember, it was a modern comic book collection purchase, so it's a lot of modern keys, modern hot books, modern hot books. Anyways, guys, hey, let me tell you about this Eternals #1. I asked if you stay to the end of the video, I'll tell you how to win this. Well, it's Eternals #1. It's a off-white to white pager 8.0. In celebration of the release of the Eternals, I am going to be giving this book away on Friday, but not here. Not on the Comic Doctors YouTube channel, but actually over at the Burnett work. Robert Meyer Burnett is a Hollywood editor, director, fanboy, Star Trek aficionado, and comic book fan. And we've kind of struck up some conversations over the last year. And I offered to come to his YouTube channel and give out a couple of books and talk about CGC and pressing and all that kind of stuff too. So this Friday, on his show called Robservations, and I believe it's at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. You might want to check with his channel to make sure. I'll be appearing and chatting with him for a few minutes, and we're going to have a skill testing question. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Probably to do with Jack Kirby or something like that. Or the Eternals in specifically. And his moderators will ask a question. I'm not sure if it's 2 questions or 1 question or whatever, but a series of questions. The first person to answer it and his moderators see that you answer, you have a chance to win Eternals #1 free of charge. I'll mail this right to you the following week. Okay, so if you're around on Friday afternoon, come on by again to Robert Meyer Burnett's YouTube channel. And the show specifically is called Robservations. And check him out. All right. Michael, so my Super Friends 8 would go right to the front of the line. First appearance of Jack-o'-lantern and worth at least $20. Well, Michael, yes, I think you would. I need to catch up on my videos. So busy. Stav, brother, I know the feeling. Don't worry about it. You need a higher sign? No, Brian, I know. But the wheels are always turning, Brian. The wheels are always turning, my man. And we've talked about this before. Brian, guys, by the way, if you want to see some interesting collectibles, Brian is the Bat Fiend on Instagram, and Brian is a crazy comic book collector and has had some. He had a full run of Batman. He's no longer, I believe, in possession of that, but it was a Batman one all the way up. I'm not sure what it went to, Brian, but it was pretty damn impressive. If you go to his Instagram page, I think he has pictures of him with his Batman collection. It was pretty awesome. And he's a local guy, good friend, and we chat all the time, and he's always busted my what's to hire somebody to help me and whatever, but we'll see. Anyways, Michael, no, not a skill testing question. Those require skills, I know, but you never know. It might be something easy. I have to talk to Robert about that and see what he thinks, and we'll go from there. But what I like about Robert's channel is he's got almost 50,000 subscribers. So who knows? Maybe if they like what they hear, we will get to that 1,000 subscribers in the next week or so, and I can finally have that massive giveaway. Speaking of which, I have hit that 50 reviews on Google. So I still haven't done that. I'm going to be doing that giveaway. I have a little cleaning and pressing gift certificate giveaway to those people who left a review on Google. That's happening soon. I'll do that when I send out my next newsletter, which should be pretty soon. I haven't sent out a newsletter in a couple of months, so I want to send one out soon. Ask him about the sequel of Free Enterprise. Mark, yeah, you know about that, eh? It's never happening, I don't. Well, he'd like to do a sequel. He better hurry up if he wants William Shatner to be in it. Yes. Mark mentions that Robert Meyer Burnett, he directed the fan film. Well, it's not a fan film. It's become a kind of a fan cult classic Star Trek film called Free Enterprise, starring William Shatner. And it came out, probably about in the 90s, late 90s, I believe it came out. And he really wants to do a second one. But yeah, not easy to have a movie made. It's a big budget film. It's expensive. It's a lot of, it's not as easy as, many might think. Mark, ask about how many presses do you have back there? Back here, I have 2 big ones. Excuse me. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 small ones. So 2 big ones that hold around 18 books together. And then the smaller ones are, 2 books each, basically. You said you were on sabbatical. Do you teach locally? Hi, Michael. Yes, I am a high school teacher. That's what I have done for the past 25 years. Yes, I'm a high school drama. I'm an arts teacher, basically. I've taught visual arts, painting, drawing. I've done production, film production, theater production, musical theater, drama. I'm an artsy-fartsy kind of guy. So that's what I've been teaching for the last 25 years. And I took a sabbatical this year to kind of, catch up on this and just there are other reasons too, personal reasons. But I wanted to try this out and see if it worked. And I'm having a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm back in February. So I better get my act together and get these books done before then because I've got a lot of work to do. You said you're the Burnett work. If anyone wants the channel name. I don't follow you, Jeff. Oh, I see. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you. The Burnett work. That's exactly the channel for Friday. And by the way, hi there, Luke. If you'd like to listen to Robert's fantastic. He's like I said, he's a filmmaker. He's a huge Hot Toys fan. He loves comic books and comic book lore and science fiction and Star Trek especially is his true love, Star Wars, all that stuff. And he has great conversations regarding all those things and the current state of all those properties as well. He'll talk at length about the Star Wars franchise and Star Trek and where he thinks it's going or where it should be going and where it's not going and what have you. And he's got some great arguments and thoughts about that. I love having him on in the background while I'm doing my work. He's one of the channels I do listen to. Not a gossip channel or any of that kind of stuff. Just talking about, entertainment. And he's like I said, he's been in the industry since the early 90s. I think when I was off when I was off at university, he went down to Hollywood and tried to make his mark down there, and he's been there ever since. And he's working on he's got a current film out right now on demand called Tango Shalom. He was the editor for that and a producer. And if anybody watches Dota the Dragon, Dota on Netflix. He was also, I believe, visual effects editor in that as well too, and that's on Netflix. And yeah, he's keeping busy. And but he knows a lot of people in Hollywood, and he's been around for a long time, and he's very very knowledgeable about film history and the making of film and just what goes into making a film, right? And I find that world fascinating. So I love listening to his stories and his insights on that, especially how it pertains to comic books too. Because again, that's where his true love started with the reading of comic books and science fiction novels. So check him out. I like him. Hello, do you accept comics for pressing or cleaning? Oh yeah, of course. 80s guy, yes, I do. Yes. Oh, thank you, Michael. Yes, I just received a shipment from Missouri, actually, and another one's coming up from another fellow today sending me some too. Yeah, but there is, when you are shipping to me from the United States, there is, some things I let you know about so that we don't run any issues at the border. But after you send me your submission form, I respond with an email and I give you all the information in that email, or we can chat on the phone too, and I can talk to you one-on-one about that. Henry, I know you have a FF67 from me. Yes, you do. It's right over there. I do. And about this many other books. Guys, it's people like Henry's fault why I'm so behind. It's people like Henry who send me stacks of books that are like, this thick, and Brian with these huge books, 30 book plus submissions. It takes a long time, guys. It takes a long time to do them. Just be patient with me. They'll get done. I promise. They'll all get done. Every single one. Waiting for your magic. Oh, thank you, Henry. Appreciate that. I've never sent anything for pressing, so I'm kind of nervous to send my books to someone I don't know. I'll tell you, man, I don't blame you one bit. Now, that being said, you don't have to send them to me, okay? I mean, there are other guys doing this out there. And I'm probably in your area, but just do your due diligence. I've done videos on how to select a presser, right? Watch those videos and just be patient. If you're starting with somebody new, send them only a couple of books. Don't give anything. Don't give them like a Daredevil #1 or a Tales 39. Give them something a little less expensive and see how they work, and make sure you like the way they conduct their business. That's very important, right? Just because someone's a great presser doesn't mean they're a good businessman. And that's another thing too I never talk about, because running a business requires you to communicate and to be personable, So anyhow, I'd be happy to work on your books. If you want to talk on the phone sometime about it, more than happy to do that. That's always a little nice to talk to somebody as well. All right, 80s guy, happy to help anytime. Going to start sending 25 at a time. Now, Stavros, thanks, man. Send any other cool books to CGs from that pickup. So Luke asks, okay, so you're the second guy who asked that question. So the books, I said the first Punisher went down. First Gambit went down. I said 7 books. So first Punisher, first Gambit, what do you call it? Punisher War. Is it Punisher War Journal? Is that right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Punisher War Journal, the one with Wolverine. That one, I forget the number that is. That's going to be a 9.8 for sure. It was gorgeous. X-Men 221, Mr. Sinister. First, I don't know the issue. I think it's Fantastic Four 357. I think it's the first appearance of Owen Wilson's character from, what do you call it there? The Loki show. Sorry, I forgot the name. And what else? Oh, Alien #1 was beautiful. I sent that down. And I think that's it. So I did fast track on the moderns, and the Gambit went through as a standard, and the Punisher went through as express. So they're en route right now. They'll be in Sarasota on Friday, along with another 100 books of other people's, including, I think, Luke, yours are down there now too. They're on that same shipment. They'll be in Florida on Friday, and I'll know about my Punisher probably in about a week. So you guys will be the first to know. Oh man, if it comes back as 7, I'll be very happy. Stav, promise to have less packaging this time. Yeah, I'll tell you, you don't have to overpackage your comics. You know what I mean? If you're going to overpackage your comics, I mean, it's good to overpackage. A lot of bubble wrap's always good. Just don't use too much tape. Because sometimes guys, they put like thick packing tape, like on the actual comic. When you're removing that, it can actually damage the comic. You have to cut it very carefully. So just wrap it with lots of bubble wrap. You don't have to put tape on the inside, put tape on the outside so it doesn't damage the comic books. Nothing wrong with over compensating with wrapping. You just don't want to overcompensate with the tape because the tape could be a real bugger. You have no words with me, Kevin. My first submission was probably worth close to $50K. It was, Stav. It was. That was a nice submission. Mike Mobius. Yes. Is that to another comment? I'm not sure. 80s guy. Oh, Stav. Okay, cool. Henry, I started with a few comics. Heavy hitter in the first package. FF5 came back 7-0. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, man. I'm still amazed. That book. That was a beautiful comic. That first Dr. Doom, and it's 7.0. Crazy. Ed, Vegas. Blue plumber's tape, please. Yeah, blue plumber's tape is a good tape to use, especially if you're close to the comics. I don't have any here, but the blue stuff, it's got a low tack adhesive, so it's not gonna, it comes off easy. But I'm telling you, I had a guy once use red tuck tape. Does anybody know what tuck tape is? If you don't know, tuck tape is the stuff that drywallers use when they're putting the insulation on someone's house. They use tuck tape on the vapor barrier. It's really, if you put tuck tape on your lip and rip your lip off, that's how powerful tuck tape is. And I've had guys use tuck tape and totally, oh my God, cover the whole comic with tuck tape. Oh, vey, not good. Don't use tuck tape. Please don't use tuck tape. Mobius is the I'm sorry. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, Mr. Mobius, Agent Mobius, the Owen Wilson character from the FF comic. That's right. I think it's number 357. That's right. Owen Wilson played Mobius, and that was that first, the one with the Human Torch in the front cover. That was really quite nice too. But I won't tell you. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Anywho, guys, listen. I'm gonna get to work. I have to finish up 10 books for another fella for tonight, and I want to get started on some of these babies. So again, this Friday, Robservations on the Burnett work. I'll be giving this baby away, and you can see this pretty face being interviewed by Robert this Friday. So check it out. Hopefully you can win that. And if you haven't done so already, check out the information section below here to see my own giveaway on this channel, which will be happening when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I've given away 3 comic books and 5 $100 cleaning and pressing gift cards. So all you got to do is subscribe. And again, you have to leave comments. It could be a thumbs up comment, or if you want to comment on what you saw in today's video, you want to comment on what somebody said here today on the chat, you can of course do that as well. Guys, I'm going to start, since the chat has become more active as the subscription base is increasing, I'm going to eventually have the chat appear here. I'm trying to figure all that out. I am not OBS savvy as OBS savvy as I'd like to be, but I will over time figure it all out. I hooked up with Stream Elements, so I'm going to figure all that out. So the chat will show up here. You can all read each other's comments in the chat and what have you. And it'll be fantastic. So again, have a look below at the information section for details on my own draw when I hit 1,000 subscribers. And do hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Stav is asking about the time again for this particular giveaway. It will be at the Burnett work, and I think his show starts at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, it'll be 5:30. What I recommend you do is just head over to the Burnett work, and because Rob's shows are usually, they're not at the exact same time every time. I would check out his channel on Friday morning and see what time he has it slated for. Maybe he's kind of like me in that regard, where I'm all over the place. I really have to stick to a schedule, but I don't. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for dropping by today. Have a great day. I'll see you probably tomorrow or Friday with that small unboxing, and maybe this weekend if I get a minute to breathe, I'll show you some more books from that collection I picked up a couple of weeks ago. All right, my friends, thanks very much. Take care and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.